So we are live. Hello and welcome back to Rep Sports. I am Rahul Giri and joined by Bharat Ramraj. And for the last time at this Hockey World Cup, we are doing the live because in this show we will talk about the India versus Belgium game. As the India and Belgium will fight for a seventh to eighth place finish, a classification match, and India have also changed their base. From Netherlands now they have traveled to Wavre in Belgium where they will face the home side Belgium team for a spot, either seventh or eighth place at the stake. Of course, we'll talk in details about the game, but before that, as of now, there is a breaking news coming from Hockey India as they have announced a cash award of 50 lakh for the women's hockey team because of their impressive campaign at this Hockey World Cup. The team played out a draw against China. Then they showed gritty performances against teams like England, the Netherlands, then Australia, and they finished fifth, which is their historic finish at the Hockey World Cup. Their best ever finish in the last 52 years. And now Hockey India have recognized that finish with a cash award of 50 lakh rupees for the team. Bharat, your thoughts on this game, India versus Belgium? But before that, let's do a bit of recap. I mean, what actually went wrong for Indian men's team? Because before the tournament, we had high expectation from this team. We expected them to finish, inside fifth or sixth place instead of our women's hockey team, but they actually defied all odds and expectation. But why do you think Indian men's team campaign went wrong at this Hockey World Cup?
Yeah, I won't necessarily say I had very high expectations, but I definitely expected them to finish in top six. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I thought they might be even in medal contention if a little bit of luck goes their way. But yes, India have kind of, what can I say, failed in some ways. That the defensive structure has kind of crumbled. Yes, their midfield has been decent to some extent. You can say it has been decent, but still, when it comes to finishing touches, they missed quite a few goals. Penalty corners, they still depend a lot on Harmanpreet. Even he himself, I don't think he's at his prime. So there are different aspects which is going against the Indian team. In panic situations, they're not performing well, and that game against Argentina was quite a disaster. Even the game against England, they were quite poor. So it has been like that. So there are lots of things that have, I think, gone against Indian side in terms of how they played. It's not just about. Some say it is all about defense, but I think, but I guess it goes beyond just defense. It could be not been able to play that kind of high press game. They've not been able to get their passes right. There have been missed passes. Yes, I can pinpoint a lot of things. That is what usually happens when your campaign has gone through a bad phase. Be it in any sport, you can pinpoint more than one aspect of your game that has gone wrong.
Absolutely, Bharat. I mean, that's why now they are playing this seventh to eighth place classification match. And of course, they will be looking to finish on a high note. Against Belgium, it won't be easy playing against the home side because Belgium will be backed by huge support playing at their home turf in Wavre. But at the same time, Bharat, a thought on this Belgium hockey team because things didn't go well for them as well at this Hockey World Cup. We all know they've been struggling a bit in recent time, but no doubt they are one of the heavyweight or dominant force in the world hockey, but recent times they are struggling a bit. As a thought on Belgium team, what kind of challenge is waiting for Indian hockey team?
See, I would put it in this way. They're still ranked number one, but they have been struggling a bit in big tournaments. So I think that is what, yeah, that's what kind of has gone against Belgium. In big tournaments, they have not played well. It was in the Paris Olympics where they were expected to win a medal. Then they came up against Spain in the quarterfinals, and Spain took a lead, and Belgium tried to make a comeback, but they lost by some 3-2 margin or whatever it is. And again, Spain turned out to be a bogey team. Here, they were leading 1-0. I saw that match, Belgium versus Spain, that heartbreaking match for them. They were leading 1-0 going into the last quarter, and then suddenly Spain scored a goal. And from there, it was a bit of a downhill path for them. They couldn't get that lead again. So basically, what has gone wrong for them in this World Cup is that they have not been able to score enough goals. With Hendrick, Storm, Boone, and all these players, you expect them to score quite a few goals, but that's not been the case. They lost to Germany 0-1. They drew with Australia 1-1, and drew with Spain 1-1. So all these matches have been like 1-1, 0-1, the big matches, and that is what has gone against them. So yes, Belgium are still a strong side. The defensive structure is very good. They won't give away too many goals, but the one good point for the Indian team is they're not scoring too many goals either, at least in this World Cup. They did well in the Pro
Yeah.
League, but that's not been the case in this World Cup. So in big tournaments, somewhere they're flopping for whatever reasons in the last couple of tournaments. But yes, home crowds and Belgium would also want to end on a high note. So I expect them to come out charging. So charging out. So I guess it will be rather tough contest, tricky contest for the Indian team. But yes, India have a chance here because somewhere Belgium enough goals.
Absolutely, India have a chance there, as Bharat rightly mentioned that Belgium haven't been in their best form at this World Cup so far. But still, it will be a difficult task for Indian team because Belgium, you cannot write off Belgium or any European nation actually in any hockey game. Our viewers who are watching right now this show, let us know in the comment section below whether you think that India can finish seventh or not in this hockey World Cup. Indian men's team actually, we expected better from them, but unfortunately, things didn't go well for them in the group stage. Then in the pool E, in the championship round as well. But now obviously they are aiming for to finish actually on high note by defeating Belgium at this hockey World Cup. But Bharat, if you look back at India's two fixture at the championship round, I mean, first one against Netherlands, then against Germany, they have they have conceded so many goals against Netherlands, then against Germany. So do you think that has actually exposed their defensive flaws at this World Cup? That will be a concern for them going to this Belgium fixture.
Just can you get the last line again? I didn't hear the last line, only that last line.
I mean, do you think India's defense will be once again concerned against Belgium
Yeah,
because
yeah.
considering they have created so many goals
Yeah.
against Netherlands, then Argentina in the championship round?
So noted. I don't think it's just about defense. Yes, defense has been quite poor. They're missing a couple of players here or there from the past. So India's defense has been quite poor. But I guess India is just not as defense. It's about a few other things that have gone against this Indian team. Their finishing touches have not been good. The defense has not been good. Somewhere that midfield also has not been. Uh, Sorry, was there some voice from behind? Anyway, suddenly seemed like an echo. Anyway, Rajkumar Pal also not there in the midfield. So I think it's a combination of factors. India's defense has been quite leaky. India's midfield has been slightly below par, and India's finishing touches when it comes to those field goals also has been below par. So I would say a lot of things have gone against the Indian side. As I noted, the
Hmm.
one good part for the Indian team going into this match is Belgium themselves have not scored enough goals. So
Yeah.
just that the defense has been very good. So if that continues to be the case, then it won't be easy for India to get field goals. But at least Belgium have not been able to get enough goals in. So if that continues, I'm only saying if that continues, I'm not saying that Belgium again won't score enough goals. But if that kind of Belgium's lack of form continues, then India
Yeah.
perhaps have a slightly better chance.
Absolutely, and not only defense. If you see, I think midfield has been a concern as well for this Indian men's team. I mean, every time whenever they have played against heavyweight nations like Netherlands or Argentina or England, say in the group stage, the midfield actually have failed to take control of the game. The midfield could have been better. If you see the women's team, the way they have performed, I mean Salima Tete and others, the way they took control of the midfield, they remain composed in the middle of the park against formidable teams. That actually help the team to maintain their structure and avoiding their opposition from creating more circle penetration. But actually that went contrastingly differently for Indian men's team at this hockey World Cup. Manpreet, Hardik Singh, they were actually expected to run the midfield show for Indian men's team, but they have failed to perform up to their mark. So that is another concern. Another concern, obviously, that is goal scoring. I mean, conversion from the penalty corners as well. Harmanpreet Singh, he has been reliable throughout the World Cup, scoring so many goals, mostly from the penalty corners. But apart from Harmanpreet Singh, whenever someone else, they have actually failed to step up. When there is no Harmanpreet Singh on the pitch. If this in this World Cup, if you see the open play goals also have been very less for Indian team. Sukhjit Singh scored 2 goals against Argentina. That's a positive. In one game, Abhishek scored. But apart from that, we haven't seen many field goals. So, a lot of concern for Indian men's team. Now, obviously, they are playing the 7th to 8th place classification match. Now, the World Cup is over for Indian men's team. But next, they will play at the Asian Games. So, before the Asian Games, India need momentum. India need to build on their rhythm. So if they can beat a Belgium, it will be a huge boost for them going into the Asian Games. But Bharat, from Belgium team, eyes will be on Tom Boone, Arthur Van Doren, Vincent Vanas. Apart from them, any other players who could be threat for this Indian team?
Yeah, it's a very sorry, a very experienced side, as you know. You already mentioned about Boone. Boone has been around for a long time. A very good a penalty corner specialist, and also we can get a. He's someone who's very much a live wire of that team. But yes, Vincent Vanash again, a very much a key player, a very experienced player, a goalkeeper. He's been around for a long time. You can say his style is a little bit different, but still very experienced and someone has helped them win all those matches. I believe uh, Hendricks is still around. Once upon a time, he was a very feared penalty corner specialist. Perhaps 2026 is not the machine that he used to be, but still very much a threat. Van Doren, you mentioned. There could be a couple more who are coming to the who could be around like Wagner's under one a dynamic midfield. It was still a pretty good side, but they have not definitely not been at their absolute best in this World Cup, especially when it comes to their finishing touches. They should have beaten Spain in that match, in that crucial match. They missed a chance, maybe with 8 minutes to go, 7 minutes to go. It was, I guess, Tom Boone only, maybe someone else who missed that pretty easy chance. Heartbreak for them. But yes, considering the fact that they would want to end on a high note, expect them to come charging today.
Absolutely. And I'm very much looking forward to the matchup between Tom Boone and Indian men's team captain Harmanpreet Singh, because both of them are lethal in penalty corner. The Belgium team is even also very lethal in counter attacks and penalty corner. So India can't afford to create mistake inside their own D or inside that 23 meters circle. So India have to be careful about that. But obviously, it will be a battle to watch out for between Harmanpreet Singh and Tom Boone. Both are lethal in penalty corners. So eyes will be, on Tom Boone and Harmanpreet Singh. And apart from Tom Boone, as Bharat also mentioned, that Arthur Van Doren will be taking the control of the midfield for Belgium team, on the player to watch out for in this clash. And apart from that, another player for Belgium, who is their goalkeeper, he is Vincent Van, one of the best goalkeeper in the world hockey. When India will take penalty corner, they will have to find different kind of variation during each penalty corner, because it's not that easy to get past Vincent Vanash in the penalty corners. So obviously, these three players from Belgium side will be to watch out for. As we are doing this show right now, we have got another breaking news from Belgium that the moment the Indian hockey team will take the pitch against Belgium, Amit Rohidas will complete 250 caps for Indian men's hockey team. So 250 caps, quite an experienced player right now, Amit Rohidas in this squad. And Rajinder Singh will complete his 50th game for Indian men's team, and he will take the pitch against Belgium. So quite an achievement for both Amit Rohidas and Rajinder Pal Singh. Last few minutes in this show, because we are just few minutes from the game. But Bharat, another question for you. As we have already discussed, where did India's campaign go wrong this World Cup? Do you think that England match is exactly the turning point for this Indian men's team? I mean, they started really well, I think, against Wales. As you know, in this new format, the points get carry forwarded from the group stage to the championship round. And that England game, do you think had proved costly for Indian men's hockey team at this World Cup? Because they actually got 0 point, and that 4-2 loss, which means -2 goal difference, that actually made things difficult for them in the championship round.
Yeah, you won in that match. They were 2-1 up, right? They were 2-1 up, right? That is when it started to go all wrong. It's credit to England for the way they played, especially Bandrak. They played a very good game, Rashmir as well, but India kind of crumbled. And after that, it has been it's all gone wrong for them. If you notice, obviously that was it. The match against Argentina was an absolute disaster. Pakistan as well, even though they won that match by 5-3 margin, I don't think India were anywhere near their best. And then obviously that disaster happened against Argentina. So maybe it's some players are getting on in age, in terms of their age. Maybe India needs a few other younger players to come through the ranks. So that could be something that for the administrators, the selectors to look at. Somewhere, I guess they definitely missed Rajkumar Pal as well. So I guess it is a lot of things, as I noted, have gone against the Indian team. But yes, the turning point was, I guess, that match against England. They were leading 2-1. And I honestly thought that maybe, who knows, India will win that match as well. But from that 2-1 lead, they lost 4-2. And from there on, everything has gone wrong.
Absolutely. And before the game start, let's take a look at the head-to-head and recent few meetings between India and Belgium. Because overall, if you see, these two sides have met each other, 37 times, with obviously Belgium holding the upper hand with 22 wins out of 37 games, and India winning 9 times and 6 draws. So it shows complete domination by Belgium side. Recent meeting, if you see, February 14, 2026, Rourkela, where Belgium actually defeated India by 4-2. Actually, in that game, Belgium mounted a blistering lead by 4-0 in the second quarter through set pieces by Alexander Hendricks and all. And then another meeting was on February 11, 2026. That was also played in Rourkela during that FI's Pro League, where Belgium defeated India 3-1. So recent meeting shows obviously Belgium will have the upper hand in this game. But the kind of form Belgium have been in at this World Cup, India should take their chance. We are very much assured that India will have their moments in this game, and they just need to make the most of their moments. Final comment from you, Bharat, and also your prediction from the game. Do you think after underwhelming performance so far at this World Cup, Indian men's hockey team can really finish on a high note against Belgium today?
Yeah, they have a chance, but I guess Belgium will start as marginal favorites. I'm not saying that they would win by big margin because they themselves are not in good form, but still, I feel in front of their home crowd, they would want to finish on a high note, good note. So I expect them to be marginal favorites. Maybe India would be a little bit dispirited as well. But having said that, I'm pretty sure India will try their best. They themselves would want to end on a good note as well. But I would give Belgium as I would look at them as slight favorites going into this match.
Absolutely. A victory is much needed because when things don't go in your favor, you have to face a lot of criticism, be it in social media or other platform. And that's actually what happening with the Indian men's hockey team right now. So before going to the Asian Games, India needs something to cheer for, and hopefully they can get that much needed victory against Belgium today at this Hockey World Cup 7th to 8th place classification match. So that's it for now. We'll end our show now. Thanks a lot, Bharat, and to all of our viewers for joining us and sharing your thoughts. That's it for now. Again, we'll see you in the our next show.